Hey guys, this is Chloe Cox, Superstar Director for Anchored Scents, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about how you can rock your Scentsy business if you are a nurse or if you're in the medical field or a hospital at all. So I guess I'll start with a little bit of background about me. I have worked full-time as a nurse since I started Scentsy. I actually got married in October 2012, and then I joined Scentsy in November, and I had just started a new job, just gotten married, so I was super busy, and I actually launched my Scentsy business with the floor I was on. I mean, that was what I did, is I literally brought basket parties to work, and I would share Scentsy while we were in the break room and get orders, and so those are my biggest and best parties. Basket parties were through my job. So what I do is I literally incorporate Scentsy into my daily life. So those of you that are nurses, you know that we work really long shifts. It can be really exhausting. And so I do not work my Scentsy business before or after work. Before I go to work, it's like either 6:30 a.m. or 6:30 p.m. And so if it's 6:30 a.m., it's way too early for me to be, reaching out and trying to do all this stuff. And I'm trying to wake up anyways. And so when I get to work, I typically will bring testers, catalogs, I bring room sprays. Those are the kind of things that nurses can see quick on hand. I always have many testers on me. And I bring actually a big old bag full of stuff. So another thing I do, if you have a team and you're a nurse, I do like all my mail outs, I do my emails, I do everything while I have little breaks here and there at work. Now, if I work day shift, I don't have nearly as many breaks as if I work a night shift. And so what I'll do, those of you that know about a hospital, everybody I'm sure has been in one, they do not smell pleasant. So one of the biggest things that I do is bring room spray samples and room spray. So they know, like, if it smells bad, they come up to me and they're like, Chloe, where's your room spray? It smells really bad. And so I sell a lot of room sprays. Now, I want you guys to keep in mind, on my floor, there are 8 people who sell Scentsy. When I got onto that floor, there were already 8 people who sold Scentsy. So I want you to think that, just because people are selling Scentsy on the same floor as you or in the same area as you does not mean that you cannot be successful. I actually, as soon as I got on this new floor, I've had 3 different jobs, by the way, since I started Scentsy. I was in the hospital after I had my son. I had a 2-year-old also in the midst of all this, or I had a son. He's now 2. But whenever I had him, I thought I wanted to go to a doctor's office. So then I left and I transitioned to a doctor's office, completely hated it. I did not like Monday through Friday. It was awful. And so after that, I decided to go back to the hospital. So I had been flopping kind of back and forth, new customer bases, all kinds of things. And whenever I went to this new floor that I'm on now, there was already, I think, 6 or 7 who sold. And one of my best friends is a star director on that floor. And so whenever I got there, I ended up recruiting 2 people. Because just because you think everybody sells Scentsy, there are still people who don't know about the joint opportunity. There are people that will still want to buy from you. So that's just a really good example of, everybody may sell it that you think, but there's always a customer base. So really big on basket parties. I book them like crazy with people I know in the hospital. So I have friends that I went to nursing school with or that have bought for me, and I immediately go for the basket party. And I tell them, hey, I'm going to be at work this day. I'm going to put the basket party in my locker. Either swing by and come and get it, or I can bring it to you when I'm on lunch. And so I'm huge on basket parties, pouch parties at work, because they're portable. And when working with nurses, you know that we all generally go in and out of the break room during the day. And so it's a really good way when you do a basket party, just bring one with you every day when you go to work. That way too, you can have the new scent, you can have your testers and all of that. Now, scent of the month, I do bring my scent of the month bars whenever I go into work, but I advertise a little differently just because there is already people that have a customer base on my floor. So I really don't mess too much with work. Like, they know I sell it, but because there are like 8 other people who are selling on that floor, it's just not worth it to me. And so I do still bring Scentsy, like I bring my basket parties, I bring my testers, I bring my calendar. That's a big thing I bring to work, because while I'm on break, I'm also trying to figure out, okay, who has basket parties? When do I need to close stuff? So I'm doing that during those little breaks and literally incorporating Scentsy into my, daily routine at work. But if someone comes up to me at work and they want to buy from me, I mean, that's free game. And so I'm really mainly focused on also, though, expanding in the hospital. Like, I get basket parties to people who aren't even on our floor. When I advertise, I mean, I go straight in for the basket party. I don't even mess around. If somebody says they want Scentsy and I know they work at the hospital with me, I'm going to be like, girl, I have a pouch in my locker. Let me get it to you. So I really focus on just doing a lot of basket parties, because working 12-hour shifts, I don't have a lot of time to do many home parties except in the fall. So I'm really, really big on basket parties. I'm also really big on following up while I'm at work as far as on my email. So what I'll do is I'll get on my email, get into my workstation. You can actually email all your customers at one time from your contacts tab. So I will literally email my customers. I'll send them like a really funny picture, like a meme that says like thank you with a hilarious cat on it or something. And I'll also send like Freebie Friday samples, and I'll see who wants samples. I also do that with my team. I'll send videos to them and little pictures to them while I'm at work on my downtime through email. So I really utilize email a whole lot, because I don't have that kind of time most of the time to pick up the phone and call people during the day, because my time is limited. Let's see. Honestly, as a nurse, I feel like the busier, the better. So the busier you are, the better you can work your Scentsy business, because you're incorporating it into your life, which is what I love. I'm not forced to get on all these crazy calls or do all these direct sales things. I can work my business the way I want to. And I love the fact that, I started as an essential consultant, and now we have this amazing group of almost 700 people, and I'm a superstar director. And all of that was done through my team and through me working my business while I've worked full-time, completely full-time as a nurse, 4 days a week, 4 days a week, 12-hour shifts. And so if you're thinking that, I don't really know where to begin, bring Scentsy with you. Bring it to work. Don't focus so much on selling Scentsy. I really focus on sharing Scentsy, because when you bring out that room spray, I have a scent pack in my locker. I always have room spray on me. I always have my testers on me. When you have those things on you and you are smelling good, you're using the laundry care, my scrubs always smell on point because I use the laundry care. And so I literally will have people ask me like, oh my gosh, like what is that smell? Why do your scrubs smell so good? So that opens up the door for me to talk about Scentsy and for me to talk about our laundry care. And so I'm sharing Scentsy, and when you share it, it's going to sell. And I think that's the biggest thing, is people think that you have to put in all these hours, and it's not about how many hours you put in. It's about the effective time you put in to work your business. And so with me, I'm really big on like 15-minute power times whenever I'm at work. So when I have those 15 minutes, I'm either emailing my customers, following up on my calendar, seeing like what parties I need to close, getting a basket party booked, or focusing on like a sponsoring conversation, like through Facebook Messenger or text, following up on something like that, or following up with my host. And so I just kind of keep it as a system like that. Like I said, you really, if you are a nurse, you know that nursing is stressful. It's one of those things to where it can really make you feel like broken down, kind of used. So I can totally relate to you if you are looking for something. Scentsy's like my happy place. It is a place where I know that what I put in, I'm going to get out. And you can't always say that for nursing. I love my job. I love being a nurse, but it is very, very exhausting and mentally and physically draining. And so I love the fact that I know when I do my Scentsy business, not only am I blessing other people, but I'm like fulfilling something in me that makes me feel accomplished. And so I hope that if you are a nurse and you are like skeptical or want to know how do I work my Scentsy business while I'm like super busy, have kids and that, it can be done. I've done it. I'm doing it now. I have loved every minute of it. And just remember that you have to incorporate Scentsy into your everyday life. Don't feel like you have to do all these systematic things. If you just focus on sharing it, bringing it with you, doing basket parties, doing parties that work for you, whether it be basket or online parties, whatever is going to help you, not feel like you're overwhelmed with Scentsy, but you can still do a 12-hour shift and get some productive time in with Scentsy. That's what it's all about for me. And so hopefully that helps somebody, and I'll catch you later. Bye.